I think in terms of a comparison between traditional techniques, I feel that the teacher can focus more on the children instead of constantly having to change flashcards, because you can do the same activity with flashcards basically, and changing, because they're arranged in difficulty levels according to what you have. This program has already arranged the difficulty levels for you, so it's one less teaching thing for you to do. Teachers have to do a lot of stuff. The program allows, like I said, both of these to happen with one click from either the student, parent, or teacher. Flashcards can be cumbersome, and there are only so many that you can carry with you. You can't carry a million flashcards with you. That would be basically impossible. The app is loaded with tons more pictures and vocabulary, like I said, than flashcards can possibly possess. The pictures are more detailed as well. It is easier for the teacher to not have to carry flashcards around all of their classes or have to worry about them being mixed up and in the wrong order. The program randomizes the narrations so they aren't routine. It will also keep the teachers from being bored of going over the same words in the same order with different students in classes. So in turn, it also helps the teachers. There's less preparation and less annoyance by them when they're repeating the same action words every 2 seconds, or every day, whatever. This program encourages rote memorization, which means just practicing something over and over again until they remember it. If an answer is wrong, the child clicks on the other pictures based on what they know already, or until they find the correct answer, then they memorize it. This also helps and encourages comprehension, both listening and oral, which is important. It touches on both at once. And application, how it's useful. They can use more words when talking with others. As I stated before, flashcards aren't interactive enough. The children can't physically touch the cards. Well, they can, but that isn't generally how they're used in the classroom. There's a choice from whoever is using the app with the students, whether or not they want the students to touch the game or not. So they can choose, again, the level of interactivity. It doesn't force them to face their errors with any bad recoil. Instead, they can learn what they did wrong by trying to reason, and developing reasoning skills at this age is very important because critical problem-solving skills is necessary going up developmentally in school. They can learn what they did wrong by trying to reason which picture should possibly be the correct answer, like I said. There's reasoning involved in this game because a child has to think based on past experiences or what they have heard, what verb is being described in the pictures. If the child hears an example that they aren't sure about, they can reason by looking at the pictures they do know and performing a process of elimination, which becomes very useful in standardized tests, which now we know that No Child Left Behind, all these other things, there are tons of standardized tests that can make or break you if you're not good with eliminating things. This reasoning task is used throughout children's school years and even into adulthood with the SATs, etc. There's a higher interactivity and higher success rate since the children are doing it at their respective difficulty levels, so there's individual attention involved too. You can do it one-on-one with a student. If you feel that they're struggling, you can invite them into your office or whatever, take them to your office if they're younger and just go through it with them one-on-one if they're struggling. So basically, I was supposed to create a lesson plan of what I would do if I was using the software in an educational classroom. I'm actually going to be teaching adults, but this can also be helpful for language learners. I know I said it's mostly for younger school-age children, but that's if they're learning English as their first language. But for as a second language, adults basically have to revert back to the child level in order to get more fluency. It's just helpful that way. Otherwise, they're going to have a much more difficult time trying to learn another language. So basically, I was asked by you, Professor Herr, to make 3 specific tasks, questions, goals, or projects that I would have my students accomplish or answer after using the software. Task number 1, I created in 1 minute. How many questions can you answer? It can be measured for accuracy or just by number of questions answered. And this I don't think is recordable in the program, but you can do it on your own. So that the teacher is doing a little bit of work and isn't just completely sitting around, just holding the iPad up. Task number 2, without looking at the program, either after some gameplay or if the children are a bit older than pre-kindergarten, do the action that the narration is supplying to get them active and up, and if they've just eaten or whatever, get them to not fall asleep. Instead of giving a 3rd task, I decided to give a question. The question is, what do you like about the program? ask the children, because then they'll think, okay, I actually have a say in what I'm learning. Maybe at the pre-kindergarten level they're not going to be thinking this, but still, it's the principle behind it that they could probably recognize. I matter in the classroom. I'm not just here because my parents brought me here and I'm like a slave to the classroom. No, they're there because they want to learn, and this will help them further along in their career, educational career. Yeah, and also getting children to talk about the program makes it so they're not just playing this absent-mindedly, but that they're actually enjoying it. You want your children to not be bored, like I've been saying before. Getting feedback from students at any age is important because you want them to feel like they matter. Again, I said that already. Since it is a fun program, children won't necessarily be aware that they're learning anything, which could be a good thing because sometimes subconscious learning is one of the best kinds of learning. They absorb it into their brain and then they actually use it. Reflecting on the program with their own words might be useful if they're old enough to articulate this, of course. Basically, a summary. If I had, well, I do have access to the software. I would use it in my classroom. I would use it for English as second language learners as well, even for adults that are learning action words, because you need to learn how to say that I'm doing something or this person is doing something. I would also use it if I was teaching children with developmental disorders and young children, which is basically what this program is for. I wouldn't focus on it for hours, but I would make it a point to do it a few times a day until all of the difficulty levels are exhausted. Or maybe once a week or something, because you don't want to exhaust them too quickly. I don't know, just maybe once a week is too broad. You want students to master this, but of course they'll always be learning. Vocabulary isn't something that you ever stop learning. I don't know every word in the English language. So it is a constant process. There's a never-ending use for this program until, of course, you go through all 500 pictures and 100 action words. I would much rather use this program because it is much more interactive than simply flipping flashcards back and forth. It builds reasoning skills such as process of elimination, which is useful for children of all ages as well as adults. It can also be used at home, but it is useful in the classroom for oral and listening comprehension. The teachers that are actually trained in doing this might have a better chance at success, even though it is easy for parents to use. Now I'm going to go through a demonstration of the program. So I will hold up my iPad so you can see what I'm doing here. Let me open the application first. Action words. Alright, so the application is opening, and it comes up with this. Touch and learn. Cute pictures there. Here, I don't know if that's going to work, but I'm just going to touch it.
Licking.
See, so the narrator has said licking. So, if I can hold this up, I don't know if I can. I'm going to use my chin here.
Perfect.
So there you go, and then it'll go on.
Cleaning.
Cleaning. I'm cleaning your face.
Fantastic. Running.
Running.
Hooray!
I'll go through about
Walking.
10 of these. 10 of these, I said.
Well done. Listening. That's it.
And let me demonstrate
Flossing.
if you get something wrong.
You did it.
Now this is
Surfing.
This is what would happen if a child was doing this with process of elimination. Surfing. It might be either of these. Let me try this one. No, it's not that one. Well, I mean, it involved the water, so I thought that's what surfing was. I've never seen anyone surf before. It must be this one then.
Super.
So that's what it is. It's that kind of a board.
Moving.
Moving. Oh. This one? No, okay. Oh.
You're great.
Moving. So moving.
Driving.
Alright, so that's basically it that I'm going to go through, but moving, I guess, could be actually moving, like moving your body, which is why I was confused at that. So the child can learn that there's more than one meaning for the word to move, and that it is different depending on context, and they're two completely different verbs, which is what the child will learn. So that concludes this presentation. It's about 20 minutes long now, so I think it's perfect. Thank you, Dr. Herr, for all of your instruction. And I will keep this on YouTube for anyone that's wanting to learn how to use this program. Hope it was helpful. Bye.